you guys do a lot for the state?
We do. Most of our work is municipal. Either DOT, throughway, airport. We don't do a lot of town work. Bigger stuff. Staying away from 81 because that's a rat's nest.
That looks just awful every time you
I
go
know.
up there.
They're getting a lot done, but
Oh, yeah.
it, you gotta question the, how long it's gonna last. Leave it at that. Right, to stretch out 481. Let me know how you think that feels as a taxpayer.
10 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. First item we have on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Did you get your packet?
I left it upstairs when I signed the bills.
Here you go.
My glasses.
Here you go.
What would I do without you? Yeah. That me?
Yes, Dominic.
See what you gotta put up with.
All right, we just got started. Thank you. Is she okay?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna.
You might want to borrow your. Next thing he's gonna ask if you can borrow your.
That's a good one.
So you have a motion to approve the minutes. If there's no changes or corrections,
Motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
in favor? Opposed? Carries. You'll find out when you go to your training down at NICEAC.
Yeah.
They'll have a guy's that last name's Roberts. And he'll give us a talk on the Roberts rules of meetings. But he's not the one that wrote them. It just,
Happened to be a coincidence. I was like, wow, because that's a lot. They're really old.
yeah.
That'd be impressive.
Approval of minutes. You don't have to have a vote for approval of minutes. The only thing you have to do is make sure nobody has any objections to the minutes or any corrections to be made. There's no, I could have easily said if there's no corrections or confusion or anything, minutes are approved as written. First item we have on the agenda is second item on the agenda is your organizational meeting. Normally we have the organizational meeting at the first board meeting in January, which would be January 12th. Do you have any intentions or any thoughts about changing the dates of the meetings?
Just working on the agenda, cleaning it up a little bit and. No major.
So if there's going to be no changes to the organization, so for January 12th, right at the regular board meeting. Have a motion, right? Okay, check your
I want
calendar.
to make sure it's a date. It's the right date.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Monday.
Monday, yeah.
The second Monday.
Yeah.
Our town clerk's the one to bring this up.
She told me, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, she told me that I need to get a calendar. She told me. I'm fighting.
So we have a motion to approve the organization or the organizational meeting in January 12th. Dick, thank you. Do you have a second?
7:00 PM, right?
Yes. Have a second, Tom, was that you? All in favor? Opposed? Carries. Dominic said he was 1 minute away.
Trying to figure out his heat problem.
Yeah. Next item on the agenda is the renewal of the fire contract. The Village of Canastota. Amount has not changed. It will stay the same, $105,150. Same liability coverage, there were not really any changes to it. Have a motion?
Let's discuss, this $45,000 addendum. Is that part of it?
No, but you're on the first right now. You're just on the contract.
On the second one?
First one is just for the contract itself.
And,
Oh, here,
oh, I left it off.
there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have two copies. This is the fire contract, which hasn't changed. Still the same amount, 105,150 for the village of Kennesaw.
All right. We just let you know, we're doing 10% off the month of December. You have a few days left.
So that we should have known that. I already made plans.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, they only had a 5% discount.
See, you can move it.
That's not right.
Be wrong not telling you what.
Any questions on the fire contract for the village of Sarasota?
John, for the minutes here, what's this addendum that we need to,
That is the down payment of the fire truck. Which is the next,
something in this contract then?
well, it'll be the second thing we do. We gotta approve the contract first and then go to
Two
the,
separate things, gotcha.
yes, ma'am.
The only thing on here, the date is wrong on when the public hearing was. It says 2020.
Oh, okay. We'd have to correct that. Right?
That was a question I had. There's a statement here about public hearing. Does we not have to have a public hearing on this?
On the contract? I don't ever remember having a public hearing.
Budget public hearing that we would have had in 25. Within that budget public hearing, it says
Approval of the budget itself. Right?
the fire department and water districts and all that is part of that public hearing then.
Or 20 for this upcoming 25 to 26, and that's what this is.
Just upstairs. Oh, geez. Will we go get it? All right.
Have a motion
Yeah,
to approve, did you make a motion
what's that?
to approve the fire contract?
So the correction needs to be made on that, but the only other thing too, that I think we need to review the addendum first, because the contract says parties further agree to the terms set forth in the attached addendum. We need to agree to the addendum first before we can agree to the contract, because it's part of the contract. So, because if somebody doesn't agree to the addendum,
Okay,
then we can't approve the contract,
okay.
right? I mean, the way it's written is, if that's all right, would you guys?
So here's the addendum.
I can look out with. What's that?
No, that's
You
okay.
got one, Jeff? You got
What the addendum is on, it states that in 2026's budget, there is $45,000 set aside that will be held in escrow for the down payment of the truck. Also, that the board will put in 2027's budget, the board will put an additional $45,000. Again, we'll put the same $45,000 in there for down payment of the truck. That will be held over, that 90,000 will be held over along with an additional 30,000 that would be coming out of the 2028 budget to be added to that 90,000, making it a total of 120,000 to be paid. And then it'll continue with the 45,000 a year till the end of life of the loan with the fire department. So 2,000, actually, in essence, 2,000, 5,000, that'll be in there on the miscellaneous line along with Wampsville's 15,000. Will be paid until we get they say that, okay, we got to make our first payment on the loan. So 120 will be their down payment. And then in 2028, so it will be the first payment of the loan.
Both of which they're getting in 2028.
Correct.
That way our money's in our escrows and we're getting interest on
Yeah,
it
we're getting interest.
instead of them. They wanted it.
So actually in 28, they're getting 45,000 plus 30.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it'll already be the 90, has been taken out 2000 or put it inside. And you don't have to set up an escrow account. You just leave it in the account and just be aware that there's going to be $90,000 that's going to be coming out if they make their down payment 2028.
That was my question.
Any concerns over either one?
Yeah.
Need a motion to approve the addendum.
No. Okay, well, the motion to approval, the addendum approving me to sign the.
That motion.
Right. I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. And then if you, approval for me to sign the contract. Now, both of these items, once they get signed, will be turned over to the village. So they can get approval and, for from their board
It's a 1-year contract, right?
for the fire contract. Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion, John, sign the 1-year agreement.
Okay, have a second?
A second.
Any further discussion? Fire contracts normally keep 1 year because there's too much change. All in favor?
One question.
Oh, look.
Does that mean we have to go through the addendum again next year?
No.
This addendum is locked in.
That addendum's locked in there. They're just a fire contract. Now, I'm not saying that in the fire contract next year,
You could add it.
it won't be labeled in there. But they're getting $105,000, $150. And they're $45,000 for the truck. This addendum is the life of the truck. The only reason that's listed separately as a contract is because you don't want to tie it to 105,000. Then when the truck gets paid off, do they legally say that, no, we've been getting 150,000? Possible. Okay, so we're moving on. Next item on the agenda is Wampsville Highway contract. Wampsville Highway contract at 3,000. The mayor is wanting to have a long-term contract. TJ signed off on it because it was at today's meeting. AJ about it, she doesn't see a problem with it. TJ didn't see a problem with it. There is a stipulation in the contract that $3,000 figure can be reviewed and adjusted every 2 years, not to increase more than the rate of the current inflation. So every 2 years, what can happen is it can be,
2%, 3%,
yeah. Can be added on.
2 or 3%, whatever the inflation is.
Yeah. No more than the inflation rate.
$600 roughly. Well, I'm against this contract.
Right.
Long contract. 20 years is a long time, and I don't think we ought to sign a contract for 20 years.
Yeah.
Why would we? A lot of things change in 20 years.
Wow.
Like what?
A lot of us aren't gonna be here.
That's why you do it.
I don't know if I agree with 20 years either. I
It's
think
long.
20 years is a little bit too much to say that we're gonna lock into $3,000 a year. You know, there may be a point where, you know, currently their rate of pay is increased by more than 3% a year, which is substantially increasing our cost for everything. And, you know, we're gonna have to pass that off somewhere along the way. And I'm not saying, you know, we're gonna raise it every year, but I don't think that, you know, saying locking into 3,000 a year plus, you know, plus the, whatever the inflation rate is for the next 20 years, I don't think that's a wise decision.
I think it's too long a time frame.
You know, if we want to talk 5 years, you know, 5 years, and then we can look at it again in 5 years. That's still a lot longer than what you currently have.
I get it.
Yep.
What about 10?
Yeah.
We do the fire contract every year. Why can't we do Wampsville every year?
Oh, fire contracts are different because you have to be
They're all
careful
different.
that it's,
Every contract is different. Every contract has different costs, different expenses, different liability, and different jobs to do. But if 20-year contract too long, and I think a 10 years too long.
what do you want, a 5?
5 is really stretching, huh?
I just can't you guarantee that 5 years
Huh?
we'll have a service. In 5 years, how do I know we'll have a service? You guys didn't cover us for how many years before this contract?
You know?
We had to find other.
What says we have to cover after 5 years or even now? $3,000, big deal. We paid with
How much is it
Lincoln
cost
$10,000, you want to pay us 3. And it was supposed to be a great honor that you offered $3,000.
Well, say it
They
was a
don't
great
they don't
honor.
cover the salt.
Name a different price.
Right per their contract, it says that they will cover all supplies.
Where does it say that? $3,000, they cover all supplies?
Village will reimburse the town of Lenox cost of any materials used to repair roads, storm drains, structural pipes. Village of Wampsville is responsible for all costs related to paving, including contracting to outside paving companies.
You know, it says that the 3,000 is agreed to what's noted up above. What's noted up above is a snow and ice removal. Repair of streets, yardways, clean drain traffic signals, and clean and repair storm drains.
Come up with a fair price that it costs you. Should you make money on us?
No, we don't make money on it. We don't want to lose money on it either.
I agree.
We do get property taxes from the village of Wampsville.
Huh?
And this, we're providing them with some service,
You know,
and then they're reimbursing out of their pocket, out of their property taxes.
I understand all that.
To add to it.
In the past, we didn't do it. And they hired another township to do it for $10,000. And they use their tax money to pay that too. I just think the 3,000 and all that doesn't cover enough.
Why didn't you question the first year it came through?
What?
Why didn't you question it the first year you done it?
Because I wasn't here. I was in Florida when you passed it. If I was here, I'd have questioned it. That's why I question it now.
You want an increase?
I think we ought to look at, figure out if we do need an increase or if we remain the same amount.
I would
It's your job
suggest
next
that
year.
that we keep it at the 3,000. Look at the
Look at the cost.
look at the cost increase. Take a look at it, the cost. Also look at the inflation rate and increase it per the inflation rate like we can. You know, so technically in 2 years, we signed this contract last year, was it? So next year we should be looking at it, and over the 2 year period of time, it should be the increase for the 2 years, not just a year increase. It should be whatever the rate of inflation was year
For
1
2 years.
plus the rate of inflation year 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we gotta look at this thing. So my suggestion, and this is just a suggestion, would be that the 2 years is up next year. Let's look at it, and then we can approve how long we want the contract to be. Currently, leave the contract as is until the end of this 2 year period,
So what we want to do is have a 2-year contract right now.
until this date is up. Then we can all look at it honestly, see what the costs are. See what their new rate's gonna be, because really it should be roughly.
It should cost you, your taxpayers anyway. Absolutely
It should be. And it should be about, I mean, right now, if we were to look at this next year, they would be paying us $4,200.
Right.
Well, it shouldn't cost our taxpayers
Anything.
that are outside of the village of Wampsville.
100% correct.
So that's why we really need to take a look at it.
So we want to make this contract from,
From the end,
Agree to this existing contract and review it next year. What our cost is and everything.
you want to have for 1 year.
this will end next year.
That contract's
We
good.
approved it, because we approved it last year. So this will end at the end of 2026.
Current contract will end 2026.
Because we approved it last year. We approved it for 2025, right? That's what we approved. And it was at that time, it was
Yeah, I
a
was
2 year deal.
it's running out the end of 2025.
We just gotta confirm that whenever it's running out,
Okay,
that's when we want this. I'm pretty sure it's.
so we make a motion of, because I don't remember seeing the contract before I came down here.
Make a motion to honor the existing contract and review this new contract next year and adjust it according to cost.
We'll honor the contract till the end of 2026. Current contract as is,
That is currently in existence.
Correct.
which is the 3,000. It can be adjusted every 2 years.
So we have a motion on the table that the current contract we are under with the village of Wampsville will terminate December 31st, 2025,
26.
2026, I'm sorry, 2026. And in the meantime, the costs will be evaluated and increased if necessary.
That way we won't be costing any taxpayers out of the village of Wampsville. They won't be paying any of Wampsville's coverage.
That's gotta come from.
So Charlie, were you gonna be able to?
That
So starting,
motion there,
Yes.
We just need to have something in place before the snow year next year.
right,
You know, I mean, that goes through.
well, it'll have to be in,
31st.
it'll have to be in our 2020, our 2027
So you
budget
would do
anyway.
it in whenever you start your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. Keep track.
yeah.
So-
it's
so
the same,
you-
it's
you-
right.
Yes, start in the first year, just keep good track of the time and stuff spent over there,
Absolutely.
you know, and that way, you know, we can keep good record of it, keep it aside.
Sound good?
I'm just concerned about, I don't care about the cost as much as the locking something in, so we don't have to look for somebody to plow.
It's a shame that you folks were ignored for such a long time. It's really just a shame.
I don't think we're gonna, I think we're just gonna look at it, make sure that Tom says, and make sure that the outside of Knoxville people are not paying.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable with the outside people paying part of your bill.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
And I'm sure it
If we
does.
can
come.
adjust it so that your coverage, even if
That's
it's
fine.
break even, we don't wanna make money.
You can adjust it every year if you think you need to, because of your payroll contract or your contract with these guys. That's not an issue. I just want to make sure there's coverage, because we're gone and who knows how many years. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm just trying to keep,
I like the idea of being able to help you, absolutely. The cost is what we'll have to figure out.
yeah, that's,
You know,
I have no issue with that.
You start keeping track of the cost, pick up snow removal, whatever repairs you have to do, whatever you do.
Now, the salt, I doubt that they've ever kept track of it.
that'll be hard to keep track of, but I'll try to come up with something to.
Well, if you just spread it one time and weigh the truck, refill it, you know how much
Right.
you spread, and average it out for the year.
Or are we all in agreement? We have a vote?
Yes.
All in favor? Opposed? Carries. Charlene, if I need to try to figure out what I said, then
Basically, I just summed it up. If this is correct, current contract stays in place, will end 12/31/26. Costs will be evaluated and increased at that time if necessary. And then I just.
So we have to evaluate between now and the next budget, we have to evaluate the cost.
goes to the fall on his shoulders, to start identifying now, right after the first,
Now in spring.
January 1st. What's it costing for? And then you can extrapolate that and say, okay, it's gonna cost probably this much per month. You can't tell what the weather's ever gonna be like, so it's not.
What's happening now up till the first is on this year's budget.
Right.
This past year's budget anyway.
Right.
Town of Lincoln used to pay us or charge us by the plow.
Right, which
So it-
would be the, you know, that could be fairly expensive for you. It's an unknown cost, or it could be fairly cheap too.
I just need to know that someone will do it. I don't have to scramble in November to find somebody or the next person after.
And that's pretty much the reason why we bought that small truck. Was we
There is a reason we
we
bought.
really didn't have another reason for it. We were getting away with the bigger trucks everywhere else.
Let's maintenance on
Okay,
terms and.
Yeah,
have a motion to approve the bills.
make motion to approve bills.
I'll second it.
No favor? Opposed? Carries. Any other items to discuss, mention? Nothing? Make a motion to, either one of you folks have something to say?
Excited for the first of the year.
Noted here, you got winter hours.
Yep.
What are winter hours?
The winter is 3 to 12:30 or 1:30. 12:30. I'm gonna leave that this year and look into it next year for sure. Just to get me in the door and moving with them. And then next year I plan on, I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do for hours. If I'm gonna move it, like have somebody come in the morning, check roads, call in. And I'm not sure what time I'm gonna have them start yet, whether it's 5, 6.
So currently they all come in at the same time?
Yep.
Nobody checks roads.
Nope.
So it'd be a perfectly dry road and you pull everybody in. And what time is that?
That's 3 o'clock they start right now. And then Fridays are 3 to 7. Right? Or 7:30.
Mayor, do you have anything?
Nope.
If nothing is, discussion, I'll have a motion to, close the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Opposed? Carries.
And also summer hours.
These are cheater glasses.